Yeah, shit going crazy. On the day, I don't see a reason why the fuck I should stop now. Thought it was a shit at the bottom. How you think I feel on top now? How you think I feel? Magnificent. Universe wrote my song, I'm just ad-libbing it. I don't gotta say too much. I don't gotta say too much. I don't gotta say too much. Nah, I don't gotta say too much. I don't gotta say too much. Yeah.
Oh, love that track. Alexa, resume.
Off and the pussy smooth, slick, Rick talk, he burned out. 50 million for the catalog I turned down. I'm making money every second, you should learn how. These puppies walking out of war, but I turn around, swinging.
Oh, let's go. Ah, you know. Oh, it's going to get interesting tonight. We got to talk about our new kick returner. We got to talk about our new offensive lineman. We got to talk about a trade that might be going down. All sorts of stuff. Woo! Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! The Raider Bear! A Raider! Let's go! Oh, no. I get excited about Raider news and information like nobody else, okay? I promise you, even the little bit of stuff I got for you tonight is gonna get you up and ready to go for these Raiders. Antonio Pierce, stop it already. No. One more. One for the neighbors. Raiders! Alexa, shut your mouth. Welcome everybody to the show. I am your host, the Raider Bear. This is Raider Bear Live, and I am this obnoxious in real life. It's true. Raider Bear Live, first comment, woo, MVP tonight goes to the heavyweight champion of the world, Jimmy Vanderlyn. I bet no one's called him Jimmy since he was a kid, if even then. Second place, my silver medal goes to that moji-making son of a gun, Mark Vargas. Their domination of the gold and the silver continues. Listen, I don't have enough YouTubers yet to really give these guys a challenge. What are you guys doing? You know, Raider Ryan, Vicky Orr, Leonardo Gonzalez, what are we doing? You're all YouTubers. Get these guys. Third place, my bronze medal YouTube goes to, and you guys know I love it when a Raiderette slides into the sausage fest. That is my medal round because there's too many dudes. Well, Vicky Orr. Thank you, Vicky. Always trying to increase my female viewership because there's a whole lot of female Raider fans out there, okay? And, you know, some of them like shows and some of them don't, but I'm trying to bring in as many of them as I can. You know what I mean? Now, Facebook. And no, Jim, you do not get double medals. I had to tell you guys. He actually asked me that. I'm like, Jim, I mean, come on. You're like the multi-time gold medalist, just has the gold medal on lockdown, and then wanted to get in on the Facebook stuff. Dustin King! DK, what's up, brother? The reigning, defending heavyweight champion from YouTube and Facebook tonight, winning both gold medals. You guys got to get your acts together, okay? Everybody on my show is getting fat and lazy, it seems like. Second place, my silver medal goes to... It's like a Lionel Richie song should be playing right now. Something really sad, like, hello, is it me you're looking for? For this guy. Josh Russell! I'm so used to saying it. The guy's a legend here. Third place, my bronze medal goes to... It's good to see you, Josh. My bronze medal goes to Travis Kelly, who's fast becoming one of my favorite posters. You know, not a poster. You know, that's like so 80s. I mean, posting. He is a poster. And I like his post. Honorable mention to Vicky Ginn. Hi, Vicky. Welcome to the show. Kevin LaRoche. What's up, dog? Welcome to the show. See, when I say dog to Kevin LaRoche, it fits because he considers himself a dog. Oh, wait. Getting us started off right. And don't forget, stars contributed to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks. We also work with Punks for Autism, which was started by my family members and some really close friends of ours from back in the day, and it's killing it at raising money and funds for autism research through selling unique t-shirts from artists all over the world. And when do you ever hear that? Normally when you go to a site and you want to buy a shirt, you're just buying some artist and that's the end of it. With Punks for Autism, when you go to their site and you pick a shirt, every single shirt is done by international artists. Some of them are tattoo artists. Some of them are in-gallery museum artists, like really super talented with, you know, paint. It's just so cool, you know what I mean? And you're getting original art that no one ever else, you're not going to bump into anybody else that has it, you know what I mean? Unless they bought a shirt from there, and what are the odds you bump into the one guy that also bought your shirt, you know what I mean? So it's super unique, super fun, super cool stuff. Speaking of which, Dustin King! I appreciate the love on the stars. Denton Rhodes always with the Space Force. Bear is all the way live. What's up, girl? Miguel Garcia, 559 Fresno in the house. What's up, G? Mr. R8RBEAR. Oh, what? Tommy Mommy's in her bedroom. Is she not feeling well? Tell her I hope she's feeling all right. Heck yeah, bro. Shout it out like you mean it, dog. That's right. I always do. Elon Bush. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. That's another cool guy I know. Very cool guy. Oh, and you should see the young lady he found. Whew. She's a number. Got himself his own mama bear. Doc Raider, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for a R8RBEAR. One Grampy to another. Pete Vasquez, how you doing, man? Welcome. Oh, let's see. H. Gonzalez, 575 in the house. Checking in from New Mexico. Appreciate that, brother. Hope all is well. I know it's hot out there, too. It ain't hot like it is here in Arizona, I would be willing to bet. Satan could tell me it was hot, and I would say it ain't like it is in Arizona. We're just starting to enter into that part of the time in Arizona where it's just nuclear hot. But I've only been here for a year now. It's been like a year and a week. So really just almost exactly a year. And I noticed that just from my experience that it seems to get hot here, like crazy hot. I mean like 112, 115. But it only usually lasts about a month or two. And not every single day is like that. So you'll get like 2 days like that and then it'll die down. It'll just be in the 90s. And then, a few days will go by and then you'll get it again. It'll be, 110, 112, that kind of thing. And that goes on for like 2 months and then it kind of rolls off. And then the rest of the time, you just get gorgeous weather. You know what I mean? Our bad weather is good weather in Arizona. You know what I mean? Even when it rains, it's not cold. You know what I mean? And it doesn't last very long. So they don't get too much water out here. All right, Jim, first question. Tommy, cover your ears. There are only two types of people who have ever called me Jimmy. My sisters when I was little and women who have shared my bed. Whoa! Jim sharing there. Jim, no, Jim, stop loading pictures. Don't do that. We don't need to see the pictures. Travis! Kelly! I appreciate the love on the stars, brother. Carlos Megata always there for Raider Bear. What's up, little brother? Bear, tell us about this kick returner we've picked up. Yes, I would love to. Thank you, Travis. Since you asked, I will start. He is, and it has a great name, Tulu. It's T-U-L-U. Tulu Griffith. Now, first and foremost, get excited because when you hear Tulu Griffin, you just, who's that? You know what I mean? I did the same thing. And then as soon as I Googled him, I was like, whoa. Okay? This guy averaged 30 yards a kick return. Let me repeat that. 30 yards per kick return. That means even when he was catching the ball in the end zone and taking it out, he's getting you 30 yards. And with the new kick return rules being so different where guys can't move until the receiver kicks the ball. Now, I know some of you didn't know about that rule, so let me just explain. Once the kicker kicks the ball, no one can move, not the blockers or the tacklers, until the guy receiving the ball actually physically catches it. Then once he catches it, then your blockers are allowed to start to come at each other. Now, see, to me, and I know a lot of people don't like this, but I want to be very clear, I like it. Now, I'm an old school football guy, so I don't like rule changes, but this one I like. Now, I only like it because I don't like what was happening. Touchback, 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 touchback. You know what I mean? It was getting stupid. It was getting to the point that some football purists were arguing, why do we need kicking in the game at all? Why don't we just even take out the extra point? So no field goals, no kicks. In other words, the kick that starts the game, just let them start the game at the 25-yard line. Why not? Because they're gonna down it anyway, and they're gonna get the ball at the 25. So why not just let them start at the 25? Okay, there's that. Then instead of kicking field goals, having to go for it on fourth down would become way more crucial. If now on 4th and 3 you can't just launch one, because these kickers now they can kick from half the goddamn field. Excuse my French, but they can kick 60-plus yarders. I mean, I remember when a 60-yarder was hard. I come from an era when kickers would look at 60-yard kicks like, whoa, no thanks. Now guys laugh at it. You got guys coming into the league now, their legs are like tree trunks. And I'm not even talking about steroids, nothing like that. These guys are just big and they're letting it rip. And like never before, a guy who plays soccer in college can just transfer to football. And if he can get the ball through the uprights, he's going to go right to the pros and make hella money. And so I think it's great. You know what I mean? I like the idea. Just get rid of the kicking, right? But no, they're not going to do it. So what they're doing is they change it up. They've got this new rule, and now with this guy returning punts for us and kickoffs with a cushion, something he didn't have in school, and he averaged 29 yards. What's he going to do with a few seconds to see them line up his blocks and then burst? Just remember the name, Tulu Griffin. When that got, wait a minute, Tulu Griffith, excuse me. It's either Griffin or Griffith. I think it's Griffith. Anyway, when the season starts, watch for that guy. Okay. Sorry, I had to shut that up because it was beeping and stuff. Okay, what happened to our punter, kicker, and what am I missing here? Oh, yeah, it's the punt returner, not the kicker. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Mr. Raider Bear, you could move here to Pennsylvania like me and Mommy and Grampy and Uncle Jim, but then you would be a polar bear. I don't mind that. Polar bears are awesome. But, Tommy, don't count it out. I did actually look at Pennsylvania at one point. I did. I really did. Before we came to Arizona, I looked at Pennsylvania, and there were some positives there. I like Pennsylvania. I saw some negatives, too, but mostly positive. Kevin LaRouche, hey, brother, sorry for missing half of your shows for the past few days. I've been helping out my uncle since he's been hurting for the past few days since his surgery was done last month. But I'm here watching the show since I've got some time tonight to watch the Bear tonight. Well, I appreciate that, brother, but never apologize for taking care of family. Come on now. I don't mind that. Armando Medrano, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Oh, we got a new profile picture. I like this one even better. Nice. She makes you look good, man. Travis Kelly, soccer and rugby players are getting those jobs and booming kicks with leg room to spare. Yeah, and you said it better than I did. You've got guys from other sports that they kick the ball and they just think, wait a minute, I can go to the NFL. I can make millions. I can sit on the bench more than half the game, sometimes the whole game. You know what I mean? Especially when it's punters. I mean, you have games sometimes the punter's not even used. See, you become a punter and you get drafted. You're just chilling most of the time, getting rich, you know what I'm saying? You're welcome, Vicky. Much love. John Rogers Jr., how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Did we sign Tulu to a contract, or is he still a UDFA fighting for his spot? Well, Raider Ryan, technically he is a UDFA, but all word that we've heard thus far is they're going to sign him. It's just to what? You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest with you, you probably already realize this, but with talent like that, he commands maybe just a little bit more, you know what I mean, than you might pay your usual UDFA. So they're probably trying to work out what they're going to pay him so he'll be happy, but I think it'll be fine. And I do absolutely think he's going to get a contract. I don't think there's any doubt about it. He was able to put up yards. He was able to put up yards in the old system. What's he going to do in a new one that protects the kick returner and punt returns? I mean, the rules protect kickers now, kick returners now. It's just everything about it. This guy could end up being a real weapon for us, a real weapon. I mean, could you imagine if we got to a point where we were starting our drives from the 35 or the 32, that kind of thing, because the guy's just on a bad kick return, he gets it out to the 28, 29-yard line. You see what I'm saying? That's on a bad one. What's he going to do on the good ones? We know we're going to get 30 yards out of this guy. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to me. Hey, Bear, is Telesco going to bring Incognito back, or maybe Gilmore in What's the Rumors? Incognito, no. Gilmore, very, very highly, or very highly likely. I thought the Stephon Gilmore thing could happen. Then I kind of walked away from it because I'd heard more and more that there were just a lot of teams interested in him. And you know how the Raiders are. The Raiders don't usually get into too many bidding wars. You know what I mean? They make moves, they get a guy or they don't. They don't usually get into competing financial contracts with guys. So in this instance, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I thought it was. And now you notice Stephon Gilmore's still not signed. Now, part of that is because he's a free agent and he's a veteran free agent. So even teams that want him, that are talking to his agent, there's a chance he'll sign and we wouldn't hear about it for another 2 weeks because he's going to want time to, figure out where he's going to live, and does his family want to move to where he's at? If he comes to Vegas, for example, do they want to live in Vegas or live somewhere in California or somewhere closer? And so you got to think of those things realistically. And then if he has kids, which I don't know, but then if he has kids, then you got to get him in different schools if they're coming with you, and so on and so on and so on. And it's just a lot to do. And so sometimes when you have a free agent that's a veteran, you have those things kick in because those guys are, leaning more toward 28, 31, in their age. And so they're lived a little bit. They have wives, they have kids. You have a guy that's just come in, and he's 24 years old, you don't have to worry about that as much. You sign him, he just goes, okay, I'm on my way. He's not married, doesn't have kids. You see that a lot still in the league, So it's going to maybe take a minute, but the Stephon Gilmore thing, I could see that happening. Because with Jack Jones, we've got one side now with Jones. When Antonio Pierce has shown us that he knows certain guys that have either worked out for him or worked with him, you know what I mean? When he was with Arizona just before he went to, I can't remember where he was. It was Arizona, then another college, and then he came to us. And when he came to us, he immediately went back to his memory of, hey, that kid Jones can play, and brought him in, and then look what he did for us. Got a couple picks. Both of them were for touchdowns. I mean, and now you just need a guy on the opposite side of him. Now, I don't think Jacorian Bennett or any of the guys who've got out of the draft just now are ready. So, to me, you go get a Stephon Gilmore. Because even if one of these guys seems like they're ready, why go through their learning curve when we could have Gilmore here? And now what do I mean by the learning curve and Gilmore here? With Gilmore here, there's no guessing. He's going to be in a 3-4 defense that allows him to shade wide receivers. So he doesn't have to be right in their face like we've played man in the past with great Raider cornerbacks of the old days. He can play a little bit more of his own, give the guy a 5-yard, 4-yard cushion, and then just play him to the slant and let the linebackers help you and Nate Hobbs. Or play him for the route, and then if he goes deep, you let the safety pick him up, and you pick him up underneath. See, Stephon Gilmore knows all that instinctually. He doesn't have to be taught that. And Jacorian Bennett, to me, I like him. I think he's going to be a good DB for us, but he ain't ready, and no one else we got is ready. Tim Heckhock, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Still the best-looking guy in a cowboy hat I've ever seen. Look at that. He just looks like he was born to wear that lid. Hey, Bear. Oh, yeah, you said Telesco. I read that. My bad. I would love that signing. He was an animal in college. Special team specialists are going to be very valuable this year. Raider Ryan perfectly said, and to be quite honest with you, there's another aspect of this that it affects, and that is roster value. So, for example, in the past where you would take certain guys and just throw them on special teams and just let them sit there and see him in practice, see him in, preseason, and then during the season, maybe you use them as depth, bring them in to give guys a breather and that kind of thing, and then sit them right back down. It gives you an opportunity to keep those kind of guys on the team while still paying them not much and able to let them go and it not affect your cap space necessarily or dead money. So now with special teams changing the way it has because of the kick return rules changing, now there's going to be a special emphasis on special teams and having better blockers, faster guys. A kick returner that's blazing now matters. You can't just take one of your backup wide receivers and say, go return the ball, which, to be quite honest with you, is still kind of the system for most of the teams in the NFL. They pick someone that's, obviously speed is not something that's hard to find anymore, not in this era. In the last 10, 20 years, you've had guys that go into the combine after going to meet speed and conditioning coaches. So now they're getting to the combine from the NCAAs faster than they were in college, almost immediately. So with that being said, you now with the pool of talent you have, fast forward 10 years plus, you have even the lowest level wide receivers. There's guys that can run 4.3 40s. They might not have the best hands. They might not have the best feet. They might, not have the best work ethic, so they don't make it. But now, with that blinding speed, you maybe have to take a second look at some of these guys and say maybe he could be the guy that makes it work, scores his touchdowns. You guys like that special? Man, that's scientific talk right there. Raider Bear, you're actually thinking about moving to Pennsylvania. I hope you do so soon because when I finally retire, I'm thinking about taking the family to Argentina. Whoa! Okay, but wait a minute. Do you mean permanently in Argentina? Or is that a vacation? Are you going for a year? Or are you talking about I'm going to Argentina and that's that? Because that's a move, man. What's in Argentina? You know what I mean? You have family out there? Are you just familiar with Argentina or what? That's crazy. No, crazy like in a cool way. That's exciting. We see Charles Woodson a lot sitting with Mark Davis at games. Do you know if he has any interest in ownership stake in the team like Brady? And by the way, his Woodson signature whiskey is so smooth and easy sipping. I have heard that about his booze. I have. I haven't gotten a bottle myself yet. I have some of his wine from back in the day that I had, and that was delicious. I had actually bought a couple bottles. I have a few loose bottles here, but I don't want to go off camera just to grab them. But yeah, great. No, I thought I had one right here. But yeah, great athlete, Hall of Famer, legend, great looking guy, smart, funny, great with fans. Just Charles Woodson is just gold medal standard as far as I'm concerned, as far as a man and a person. You know what I mean? His parents have to be so proud because what he is goes way beyond football. You know what I mean? Cool dude. On my birthday, Oaktown Jules, shout out to Oaktown Jules if she's watching. Oaktown Jules took me to his winery, one of his little winery sipping, tasting, restaurant store kind of things. I don't even know what they call them. But it was some kind of like restaurant / sipping place for his alcohol, and it was awesome, and he was awesome, and everything was cool about it. Now, as far as what you were saying, I do want to touch on one thing. You said, do you know if he has any interest in ownership stake? Now, I know he does. It's been discussed. He has said it himself, but he said it more like politely in passing with a laughter at the end. Hey, you never know. I might own the Raiders one day. Ha, ha, ha. That kind of thing. But I do think that he aspires to that. I really do. Now, the kind of money you have to have, the kind of wealth you have to have, because, see, there's a difference between rich and wealth, okay? Rich people can buy what they want, go where they like, eat what they like, little things like that. I'm close to what you could call rich, you know what I mean? I live the way I like. I pay all my bills. I eat what I want when I want. I can take out my wife to dinner whenever I feel like it. I bought my daughter a brand new pair of Nikes just the other day, $100+ I have money. I'm doing all right. But there's a huge difference between rich and wealth. Wealth means like I could just drop everything and go to France tomorrow. You know what I mean? I can't do that. You know what I mean? I could just drop everything and go buy a brand new F-150 tomorrow just because I feel like it. I can't do that. You know what I mean? That's wealth. You know what I mean? Owning multiple homes. You know what I mean? That's wealth. Shaq, Bill Gates, that's wealth. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's ready for that is what I was getting at and explaining the difference, because I think he's a rich man, but I don't think he has wealth, especially when he's extended himself with the alcohol business. But if it continues to do well, I could see that then expanding. And then if that expands and his riches turn to wealth, then I could see it. But I don't know if he's going to actually do it or not. I've never heard him really talk about it seriously. Like I said, it was a comment I heard him make one time, and it was seemed like he was kind of joking. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Raider Ryan, Gilmore would also be a great addition and help Jack Jones get his opportunities for possible turn. Yes, Jack will thrive with a full season in PG's system if AP can harness him back in. Yes. I don't think that I'm not worried about Jack at all. I'm not worried about Jones at all. That guy can ball, and he showed he wants to make plays on the ball. Now, unfortunately, though, quarterbacks remember that kind of thing, and you give him that hard pump fake. Is he going to bite? And give up big plays? I hope he's on page with our safeties, because he's going to need that over the top help if he's going to gamble that aggressively, because he will throw himself out of position. He will, if that quarterback pump fakes him, because he doesn't halfway gamble. That's why he got those picks, and that's why he was able to get touchdowns, because right when he saw what he thought he saw, he planted his back foot, stopped his back pedal, and bursts on that wide receiver. Then he breaks into the lane, makes the interception. Now, it's beautiful, his technique. I mean, he is a ball hawk. But will they test that now? That the NFL is going to know it now. The other teams in the league are going to know that about him now. He's demonstrated it. John Leon, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Appreciate that. Oh, no, Val, that was just because I actually deleted the original whole post where I was apologizing, saying I was pissed and all that stuff. I didn't say anything. I just basically said, don't worry about it, because it seemed like you were worried that I was upset or something. I wasn't. I'm not upset or mad at you, and I wasn't then. I'm not now. So it was just a misunderstanding. So don't worry about it at all. Just Facebook stuff. I heard Mac Jones is looking good in OTAs for the Jags. John, honestly, I don't mind Mac Jones. I really don't. I think his rookie year, he looked great. His second season, he got sabotaged because Josh McDaniels left, and he was left with the curmudgeon coach who didn't want him. So he didn't get him an offensive coordinator for part year 2. And then when he did give him an offensive coordinator, it was a former defensive coordinator. So he got really disrespected his time there. I don't know what the Patriots were doing. You know what I mean? It's one thing to know that they're willing to cheat the game, but they're also willing to just treat players like garbage. You know what I mean? They just don't care. R8RBEAR, I spent some time in Argentina before Val was born, and I do have a piece of property down there, so if we move, it would be permanent. Okay. That's dope, Doc Raider. I got to be honest with you. I do have a real estate plan. That's how I've been able to make some of the money that I have in the bank, and I'm doing all right. And I buy and sell when the market's aggressive, and I tend to make money that way. And that's what I did coming to Arizona. I sold my house for more than it was worth and got this house for a lot less than it was worth. So I made that nice little egg there. But I'm probably not going to move from Arizona for at least 4, maybe 5 years, at least. Yeah, at least 5. Most people don't know this, but Bill Gates bought property. The super rich Bill Gates, he bought property in Arizona that's on either side of my house. So there's a freeway exit, and that's all his property, and it leads right up to my property. And then there's another exit past my property, and he bought all that property. So I'm going to be squished right in between everything he's buying and building up. So the property value on my house is going to, in the next 5 years, way up. You know what I mean? So I'm anticipating I'll probably make 250 grand off my next sell. And then I can talk about wealth. Because I'm not the kind of person that spends money to buy jet skis and boats and, you know, I mean, I don't do that. So I'll just have the money in the bank, spending it on my daughter and my wife. Hi, Corinna. Wealth is generational, meaning your great-great-grandkids are living good. You know, honestly, Tony Carpenter, that's absolutely perfectly said. I'm not even going to try and add to that. Mama Bear. Jesse Parker said hi. Chris Robinson, they say Jack has a very, very sudden break on the ball. It's very rare to have the ability to break on the ball like Jack. Chris Robinson, once again, I always love your comments, man. You know football. And I would say to you that, and I was just trying to demonstrate it from my chair, but yes, he has that back pedal, but right when that right foot plants, he can see the quarterback. If he's starting to pat the ball, if he's starting to raise that elbow, he'll break on the ball. He really will. Doesn't Mama Bear look cute tonight? Look at you, girl. You look like a tennis star. Huh? All right? You make me look like I'm robbing the cradle. What are you, 25 now?
Did you tell them you were wearing shorts?
No, I didn't tell them that. Shut up over there. You know all those ESPN analysts that do their show with their tie and their coat on? And then some of us know, you know, they all wear jeans to the broadcast. They only wear a suit from the waist up, so they don't have to be so dressy. They'll wear Nikes and Adidas, you know, that kind of thing. And Mama Bear's giving me shit because I'm not dressed tonight. This is the first time. I'll go ahead and say it. This is the first time. Come close. Let them see him. This is the first time in 10 years I've worn anything other than jeans to do my show. I'm wearing shorts as we speak. And no one's going to get to see my gorgeous legs, okay? No, just don't even ask. What's up, handsome? Give Daddy some loving. Oh, look who's jealous.
Bo's like, what about me?
Oh, Bo Jackson. Oh, don't be jealous, Bo Jackson. Oh, look, nobody can hold Bo Jackson. Look, it's like he's escaping my grip as we speak. Oh, it's another spin move for Bo. Oh, big boy. Give me a kiss.
I'm crushing his
Give me a
poor
kiss.
balls.
Right? I know. See, you don't know how to hold a man. You never hold a man around his groin like that. Yeah, you were crunching his package, okay?
There.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. No, he doesn't care. He probably enjoyed it, let's be honest. Michael Guerrero! What's up, Naked Raider? Always there for a Raider Bear.
I thought I had this.
Mama Bear is about to play some pickleball. She looks like it, right?
I know.
It's the skirt. It's the skirt. I told her she looked like a little tennis star today. I was having fantasies.
Wait, what?
This is a family show. That's why I can't tell them about the fantasy. I kept it clean.
Wow.
I kept it clean. Mr. Bear, Linda posted pictures of your community, and it is semi-isolated, and I think that is a drawing point. I hope Bill Gates doesn't overdevelop it and ruin it. Well, honestly, Val, I completely get that. What we're doing is we're following the news like every day, and just recently they're breaking ground on gas stations. There's going to be this little supermarket like strip mall that's going to be down the road from us a little ways, and then down this way they're already starting to build toward my house, some of the buildings. It's mostly going to be industrial from what it looks like. It looks like it's literally going to be industrial. Say that again?
There's going to be a solar farm.
Mama Bear reminds me. There's going to be a solar farm and much, much more. There's a water park that's already, isn't the water park finished or are they building that?
That's not out by yet. That's not going to be out here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's on the other.
Is that Goodyear?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, okay. Well, in Verado.
Yeah, but where we're at, we're out. We're away from all it's
What?
a desert island.
But be honest, it's a freeway ride. What's 20 minutes?
It is. No,
It's a 20-minute freeway ride. That's
20 minutes
nothing.
to get to the gas station.
People go 20 minutes to go to the movies. You know what I mean? No big deal.
It's nice though because you just hop on the freeway and there's no traffic out here because no one's really coming out here unless they're going to LA.
That and they're dying from heat. So they hide in their homes. Like I have with the air conditioning on sub-zero. I'm not playing. Linda had to kind of talk to me. I'm like, no. And I'm like pushing the button. Lower, lower. More air. All right. Yeah, Jesse Parker, you think I'm saying something to you, okay, when I say, oh, that was nice of you, I really appreciate it. You should understand, you've been making her day, really. The one you sent her, you remember with the characters on it that were pink? That's from a show she watches called Has Been Hotel, and she totally digs that show, and you basically gave her a shirt that no other human will have, because she pulled the image for the show from the internet, so she just loves it. And the other ones you did for her from Naruto, blown away. She's just blown away. So God bless you, brother. We really appreciate what you do for us. It's just amazing. Chris Robinson said it's 10 to 15 minutes from him. Oh, damn. Chris, I keep forgetting you're in Arizona. Huh?
To go to his pool party.
Yeah, I know. I just keep forgetting. It's so many names, so many people I know, you know. That's my point. Chris, listen, inbox me. We should talk. Anytime down the road, maybe next week, pick a night, you know, you're not working or whatever, you want to do a show, come on. You know what I mean? I'm right here in Arizona. Come meet Mama Bear, let my dogs attack your ankles, you know.
The Raider convention is on the 15th.
Yeah.
Glendale.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, see, we'll probably catch up with him there, too. You know he's not going to miss that. He loves the West Valley. Hey, Bear, did you see where the Eagles and the Packers players aren't allowed to wear green while in Brazil? They'll be forced to stay in their hotel rooms due to strong gang activity. You know, honestly, Travis, I'm going to tell you the truth. I heard that story, but I haven't read it yet. So I can't speak to it intelligently. But I will say this. I do understand the precautions they're taking, and I don't really have a problem when we've had these problems in the past, like with the Olympics in other countries, and Americans would complain about the security on the street, the accommodations they're staying in, and so on. We can't expect other countries to always raise their standards to the United States. You know what I mean? We are the gold standard as far as, you know, going out of our way for athletics and our athletes and trying to have the perfect stadiums and so on and so forth. It's just something we do in the United States. Whereas out there, they're just now, literally in the last like 5-10 years, starting to really kind of catch up with us and build these enormous stadiums and take care of their athletes. And so it's going to take them a while to catch up to the point where they've also got those little things down too.
Remember when Joker Raider said, I'm on my way, and then he said,
Joker Raider said, oh, my GPS just said you're 2 hours away.
2.5 hours away.
Gonna have to reschedule that, Bear.
I was like, you're leaving at 8 o'clock at night, you'll be here at like 11.
See you at midnight. Now you can attend Oakland Athletics spring training next season, Bear. Yeah, Mark. I'm excited about that. I love my Oakland Athletics. I'm one of those kind of guys that, and Mama Bear will tell you this, I'm one of those kind of guys, when I fall in love with a franchise and a team, that's it. I don't go somewhere else. It doesn't matter what it is. Basketball, I'm a Warriors fan. Now, I have love for the Sacramento Kings because I've always had family there, and I used to go to some of their games, and I enjoyed their team. They also had Chris Webber and Latrell Sprewell and guys that, you know, well, no, they didn't have Latrell, but they had Chris Webber and guys that I respect, you know, throughout the years for how they played. And he was a Warrior, Chris Webber first. So when he went to Sac, I thought that was cool, you know, and I follow them a little bit. And then in all truth, Mama Bear and I love basketball so much. We kind of root for the local teams. So if our Warriors aren't in the playoffs, but the Lakers are, we don't necessarily root for the Lakers, but we don't mind if they do well. We'd like to see the teams from the California area win. If the Clippers are in it, we'd like to see the Clippers do well. The Kings.
I am going to admit that I do secretly root for Boston because I've been also a Boston Celtics fan.
Yeah. It was quite a while back when the Boston Celtics were playing and they had that amazing team with
Doc Rivers was
Paul Pierce, Doc Rivers, the coach, You had Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett. I mean, that Ray Allen that is in his prime. You know what I mean?
Davis, Shrek and Donkey.
Yeah, Shrek and Donkey. That was incredible with Nate Robinson and that big dumb oaf. And so we're not exactly Celtic fans, you know what I mean? Because whenever the Warriors crush them, we enjoy it. But we secretly root for the Celtics. Like, think of it that way. I think our defense is really going to hurt people this year. I'm trying to think of an appropriate nickname. A couple years ago, when it looked like we had something, I suggested body count, but that never panned out. Personally, I like it, but body count is so specific, it means getting sacks to me. You see what I'm saying? Because body count means killing or knocking a guy out of a game. Well, you're obviously not going to kill anyone. And with the hitting the way it is now and the rules, you're probably not going to knock anyone out of a game. But if you get sacks, that's a body count. You see what I mean? Every time you get a sack, you're bringing that guy to the ground and ending their offense. You know what I mean? So to me, the name body count fits if we can get those sacks. So keep your eye on the season, Jim. And if we get to like week 5 and we're up there in sacks, I will join you and start really pushing body count. Because I like that. The body count defense, I think works. New lineman, Denton Rhodes. Essentially, we've been bringing in a lot of guys. But what the guy that they're talking about the most is Jackson Powers Davis. And I'm sure you've probably heard it because it's getting out there a lot. 2 things. First, he was not, in a lot of teams' opinions, a first-round pick. So the fact that we got him in the second as a high second-round pick still is a get, but he was, and all the scouts say this, he was and is a first-round pick as far as his talent. But because he had some nagging injuries, groin, leg, he even had some wrist stuff going on from what I read, where I think he had like a dislocation or maybe a minor break in his wrist that he had to rehab for a while. And so he missed games, in college. Now, on top of that, he really only has 1 year under his belt where he was not only the undisputed starter at his position, where he was a snapper, but he only has 20-plus games as a starter. So that's just not a lot of experience. But the reason why he was still deemed to be a first-round pick and one of the best at his position was because dude is fierce and just pancakes guys. And when he plays, he's one of the highest rated offensive linemen that's come out of the NCAAs in a decade. And by the way, our first 2 picks, that statement has been made multiple times, that these are 2 of the highest rated guys at their position coming into the draft and going to an NFL team ever. They love Blake Bowers and they love Jackson Powers Davis. And they made it clear those guys are just prototypes. Whoever gets them, you're getting a dude. And we got both. Okay, so we're doing fine. Okay, so I already gave you Tulu Griffith. I gave you Jackson Powers Davis. Now, he did slip to the second round because of injury history. And because his injury history is right there with his actual play time, that's why they put so much importance on it. But I don't see it as a big deal, seeing as, remember, he's not coming in to play center for us. He's coming in to play right guard. And from what I understand in camp, he's already looking like he's got the job. They're acting like they like him already that much. You want to tell him or do you want me to tell him? Mama Bear got that the other day at the store, and she knew how much hell it was going to raise. And our dogs, look at them. Look, see, they want to bite the gun. We've actually shot the ball, and they don't chase it. What dog does that? I mean, we play catch with them every day where they run and get a ball every single day, and then we buy a gun to do it, and now all they want to do is gnaw on the gun, even after the ball takes off. Idiots. Oh, I live on Litchfield Road and Bell Road in Surprise, Arizona for 10 years, and I was stationed at Luke Air Force Base, and I left in 2012. Okay, so Tony, you know all about this. Tony Carpenter Evans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was out here for a minute.
So she got to hear all of the jets flying over. That was the only reason we didn't move to Surprise.
Right.
Was because of the jets.
Yeah, it was just the jets. Other than that, we had another deal in Surprise we could have done that was as good as this one, but We just didn't want to live that close to all the jets flying over the house. Grew up going to Warrior games, but the Lakers stole my heart. Chris Robinson, I completely get that. Their history, you know what I mean? Their history is just incredible. Where the Warriors' history, I mean, you've only got like the last 10 years where you can really say they were dominant. I mean, because we were dominant. I mean, this Warrior roster with Steph, Clay, and Dre, I mean, you know, Hall of Famer, you know, for sure. All three of them, you know, still playing, still active, still relevant, and they're already Hall of Famers. You just don't see that too often. Is anyone saying Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown or Luka are going to be Hall of Famers, or Kyrie Irving? You know, maybe, but you don't see them solidified the way you do our Warrior players. You know what I'm saying? And I say our because once a Warrior, always a Warrior, brother. The town, and you know what that means. Town business. Bob Standard, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR and his beautiful wife. Hi, Casey. Jesse, I just misspoke for a moment. I just love Latrell Sprewell. The Gravediggers. I kind of like that. That's good, too. The Gravediggers. We're trying to come up with a nickname for the defense, Mama Bear. We've got Body Count and the Gravediggers are two of our selections so far.
I actually like both of those.
Yeah, those are good. My wife and I attend spring training games, and we are A's and Warriors fans, too. Nice, Mark Vargas. Oh, okay, the death row defense. That's another good one.
Sorry that I'm on my knees down here.
Jonah J. Davis said, Sup, Bear? Brock Bowers. I said Blake. It's Brock Bowers. My bad. Brock is nice. I got to say, I was stunned when I heard about the amount of positions he's played. Again, this is the Bear reporting to some of you. I know some of you have heard this, but probably most of you have not. He played multiple positions while he was at Georgia. So not only did he play tight end fiercely and was an incredible blocker, he also split out at wide receiver, split out at number 3 wide receiver and ran slants, and actually lined up at running back and had success, guys. He wasn't just a gimmick. He was running the ball and could really run well. That's why I actually made the Christian Okoye comparison between the two of them. I don't think he's going to run like Christian Okoye did, but will he have runs like Christian Okoye? Hell yeah, because he runs tall, he's big as a moose, and he's going to go through dudes. You know what I mean? And that was what Okoye was all about. They are fun, Chris. They are fun. One of the things I accomplished as a husband was my wife said to me one day, years and years and years ago, she said, one day I want to own a small dog that's just loving and wants to play all the time. And if I want to throw a ball or run around the park with him, the dog wants to do that. These two, all day. All day. It's nonstop. Just play, sleep. Play, sleep. It kind of goes like that. DSR Live Productions. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Appreciate the love. Yeah, the O'Donnell Foyle years. Not so good. Oh. No, you're not going naked to week 5, Michael Guerrero. Behave yourself. He does look like a Blake, okay? Bear was shook when I called Brock Bowers' pick after all those QBs came off the board. Well, Travis, I was with everyone else in Raider Nation. Let's be honest. I mean, Travis, you may know Brock Bowers, but I mean, you know, even though I knew who Brock Bowers was, I still didn't get it at first. You know what I mean? What are we doing the 2 tight end set for? I mean, I'm not saying it's not effective. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying I don't like it. I do like it. But I don't know that we had to do it. I don't know that we need it. You know what I mean? I like the personnel we have. If we picked every pick we have and didn't get Brock, and instead with the number 1, we'd gotten the best wide receiver in the country, I'd be just as happy. Now, you could turn your eye at that too when you have Devontae Adams on your squad. Why would you be going to get the best wide receiver or one of the best wide receivers in the NCAAs? Well, because there's rumors going around. Let me slide into this next topic. There's rumors going around that Devontae Adams, might be on the block. And when I say might, I mean because there's no rumors out there that actually has the Raiders talking to anyone about him. There's nothing like that. I've looked. But what is going on out there is a lot of analysts who want to talk about the Raiders are basically saying, hey, this Raider team, for the first time in a long time, looks like they're legit. Now, if they're legit, okay, and I'm being serious with this, okay, watch. If you have a team that's legit, and the last few years you've stunk, the moment you look legit, the owner spends money. Because he knows, hey, I got a shot at a Super Bowl here? Okay. Step on the gas, i.e. pay more money, get more free agents, let the coach and the general manager do whatever they want, get us across the finish line. That's why when a team gets to a Super Bowl and loses, the owner always dismantles the team and allows players on the roster to leave slowly. You notice, Tommy, no offense, Tommy, I don't want to upset you or just, disappoint you, but the Eagles, if you've noticed, they've been shedding players, and it's because they made it to a Super Bowl and they didn't get it done. And when that happens, usually no matter how much the owner loves the team, you're not going to re-sign those guys because all they did was show you they could get all the way and not win. Now, could they win if they got back? Maybe. But what they showed you is when they got there, they couldn't do it. See, that's inarguable. See, it's a maybe if they come back. Maybe they'll make it back. Maybe they'll win this time. But what we know for sure is that they made it once and they didn't. And when you're paying guys millions and millions and millions, you got to be sure as you could be. Dude is a stud. I hated him playing at Georgia, and I'm a Roll Tide fan, but the kid is hated in second. Jonah Jaw Davis, I honestly, I love the pick. I love the pick, okay? But I'm asking you honestly, how many teams can we say have a super impactful tight end and it really does anything? I mean, before the Patriots with that 2 tight end set where they had Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski, when before or since have you seen an offense that utilizes 2 tight ends and runs the ball and plays defense that wins Super Bowls? And let's be honest, the league's not going in that direction. The league is going in the direction of high-octane, over-the-top, speed offenses. With the league simultaneously changing rules and adding rules that only help the offense or hurt the defense. Or both. So, grass stains and back pains is what's coming this season. I like that. Grass stains and back pains. Black Death is a good name for the D. Ooh, the Black Death. I like that. It's a little too long, though, the Black Death defense. Well, yeah, it rolls, though. The Black Death defense, the double D there, it makes it not sound like you're, like it's overly long. The Black Death defense. I don't mind that. So far, I've liked everyone's picks. What we gonna do, Bear, is run the damn league. Hashtag recommitment to excellence. Travis, I can say honestly, and I want to look right in the camera when I say this, this is the most excited I've been for the Raiders in longer than I can remember. Going back to Rich Gannon, and obviously before that. I mean, I've been a fan a lot longer than that, but I mean, that team, that roster in 2001 that led the league in offense, even though it went to a Super Bowl and got its butt kicked, that was because we got sabotaged because our old coach who knew our playbook and everything was on the opposing team. But having said that, that team, that Raider team that year, man, Tyrone Wheatley, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, and just, God, we were so good, you know what I mean? Rich Gannon barking at everybody, making sure everybody's staying in line. That was a tough quarterback, man. Never was dynamic. He didn't deliver the ball. In fact, I want to say this, too. I've just thought about this, and this is a good example. AOC, to me, is Rich Gannon. No, I'm saying it. And you guys know I'm very hesitant to compare even guys in the league right now, whether they're stars or not, to guys from the past who've established who they are, okay? We know what Rich Gannon is. The guy was clutch. A tough guy who delivered the ball on time, accurate every time. You never saw that guy underthrow a ball. But he didn't have the biggest deep ball. He wasn't that kind of guy. In my opinion, Rich Gannon, he was a game manager. No doubt about it. He was a game manager. But the best kind of game manager. you know what I mean, that could just destroy you walking his offense down the field. 7-yard pass, 8-yard pass, 5-yard run, 3-yard run, 12-yard pass, and would just pick you apart. You know what I mean? It was surgical. One of my favorite offenses I've ever seen. Bowers looks like we fed Renfro steroids. Someone pointed that out, and I can't unsee it now. That is too funny. That might be the best comment of the night. And I happen to agree. For being such an incredible talent, Bowers has kind of a dad bod too. He does. I mean, he looks like him from the neck up, but he even looks like him from the neck down. I was surprised when I got a chance to see him. His body, he just, hopefully the NFL will change that. When I see Michael Mayer, our other tight end, dude looks like Thor without the hammer. He is badass. And it's not ripped up muscle. He's like big, thick country boy strong, from baling hay and, lassing horses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Michael Mayer's got that kind of side, just packed on muscle. You know what I mean? So hopefully Brock sees that and gets on board. Hopefully. Because I wouldn't want to get on the wide receiver list with the Raiders and look at Devontae Adams and look at all that ripped muscle he has, and then I'm going to come in there like some kind of doughboy. Nah, I'm going to work out with him, and I want to get better. But AOC to me is Rich Gannon. He just is. He is. He has the same skill set. He has the same body type. He doesn't want to run. He wants to find his teammates and make plays. That's his most important job to him. Not leave the pocket and do sexy things. No. Just 1, 2, 3, complete the play. 1, 2, 3, complete the play. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3 step drop, deliver the ball. That's why I'm going 1, 2, 3 like that. That's what he's going to do. So technically it'll be the fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4 set throw. But I love the kid. I love the kid. I don't think we give AOC enough credit. The battle he's in with Gardner Minshew, I'm positive he's going to get the starting job. Gardner Minshew has been brought in to not just be a reliable number 2, but to also push Aiden O'Connell. Because if Aiden doesn't get it, then you have a great backup that absolutely gets it. And by the way, the offense is being installed by Luke Getsy for the entire roster. So now it's not bringing in guys who are trying to learn Josh McDaniels' ridiculously algebra complicated offense. Instead, you have Luke Getsy, who now is coming in and saying out loud, which I thought was incredible. How many times have you heard of an offensive coordinator going and saying to the fans, yeah, look, I'm here, and from the ground up, I'm taking every single guy on this team, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, defense, no matter who it is, everyone on this roster will know this offense. Everyone, even the defenders, because the defenders are going to see it so much in practice and hear it so much in practice, they're going to know it. You know what I'm saying? So we should, I'm channeling my inner Travis Kelce when I say, we should stomp a mud hole in a lot of chests this year, okay? And then walk that mud hole dry. Stone Cold Steve Austin. The defense names Legion of Doom, the Silver Black Beasts, and Silver Black Monsters. No, I like Legion of Doom. I like that one. The Silver and Black Beasts, I don't like that. Silver Black Monsters, I don't really like that. The Black Monsters, maybe take the silver out of it. I'd like that. Silver Black. Ooh, the mighty Silver Blacks. Like a silverback gorilla. Silver Blacks. You take the out of Silver Black Beast, then maybe Silver Beast. I like Silver Beasts. Maybe shorten that one. House of Pain. I love that. Scene where one of the Chiefs players went into cardiac arrest at practice this morning. It's bad, you know what I mean? And plus, we had something in the neighborhood of 12 guys that didn't show up for OTAs today, and everyone went crazy like that mattered. Guys, it's voluntary OTAs. That's one. Two, the fact that the majority of the roster showed up for week 1 and week 2. Okay, it's 3 weeks of OTAs. We're going into week 3, and we're in week 3, and you've only got 12 guys missing practice. And by the way, the list of guys, I could read it to you, but it's unimportant. It's guys like Colton Miller, still nursing injuries, veteran guys. that kind of thing. Now, I did notice Tulu Griffith's name on there. I didn't love that because that's a guy trying to fight for a roster spot with us. So for him to not show up, a guy who's just going to be a special teams add-on, someone that we're looking at as, if he makes the roster, it's going to be for that reason only, because his wide receiver numbers were good. They were good, but I don't know if that's enough to keep him on the roster. Sorry about that. I actually had one other thing I had to tell you guys tonight. My show's over. I'm going over a little bit, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ramel Caton. Okay? Ramel Caton. It's spelled like it's key. Keyton. Ramel Keaton or Caton. Anyway, long story short, he's from Tennessee. He's 6'3", 197 pounds. That's pretty much my statistics exactly. So if you guys have seen how I'm built, you've seen a full body shot pictures. I'm tall, muscular, pretty fast. That's this guy. Tennessee wide receiver, 6'3", 197 pounds. Now, in 55 games, okay, in this guy's career, I just noticed this. I have to give you guys this stat before I tuck you into bed. He at Tennessee, 6'3", 197 pounds, he averaged 18 yards a carry. Very good. And more importantly, in his career, he played 55 games. He had 11 touchdowns. Now, that doesn't sound like too much, 55 games, 11 touchdowns. But watch this. Among those 55 games and 11 touchdowns, his last season before leaving the NCAAs, going into the draft and joining us, his 11 touchdowns, 6 of them were last year. That is a huge jump in talent. That is exactly what we're seeing from Thayer Mumford. Remember, Thayer Mumford played. He looked all right. Thayer Mumford played again, and he went, hey, I can play in this league. And then he comes this year, smiling ear to ear. I never seen that brother smile like that. I mean, he looked like someone just told the funniest joke. And then the press literally asked him, what are you so happy about? And he said, I'm going to win this job. I know I can play in this league, and I'm going to be the Raiders' right tackle. I was like, damn. Woo, giving brother goosebumps, okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, keep an eye on this one. Ramel Keaton, I think there's a chance that he'll get minutes. Now, he's going to be he is a UDFA. He's going to have to earn his time, so don't expect him to blow you away initially. But look for that name. Just remember that last name. It's easy to remember because it's so awkward. Keaton, Keyton, Ramel Keaton. That guy, he's interesting. I'll be honest with you. His 40 time, his combine. I looked him up, guys, and to have so little numbers, and then the moment the coach trusts you, in one season you give him 6 touchdowns, and you only had a few catches and a few plays, So this guy could be legit. Alexa, resume. I love that. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. Remember, consider a subscription to R8RBEAR family page. On YouTube, it's free, and on Facebook, it's just $5 a month, and you can cancel at any time. But you'll be helping us change the world, and we really appreciate your consideration. Much love, and I will see you tomorrow night. R8RBEAR family page. If I don't melt out here in Arizona.